yourself that no matter what happens this time, that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind on, okay? Our very first word for today is wet. Wet. Now, you need to know that wet is a verb. Now, what does it mean? It simply means to sharpen, to excite, or to stimulate. Now, we can use the word in a sentence by saying, to whet your appetite for a trip to Dubai, here is a list of the country's favorite sites. They're beautiful places, right? You'd want to travel to a place like this if you were a tourist. Now, aside from this, I can equally say in another sentence that there are many delightful color photographs to whet your appetite. How about if I use the word whet in a sentence like this? The book will whet your appetite for more of the author's work. Now, the synonyms of the word includes to inspire, to earn, and of course, to arouse. Now, coming up next in our list of words, we have calamity. Now, I know most of us are familiar with this word, but I'm still going to tell you the past of speech that it belongs to and, of course, what it means. Calamity is a noun, and its meaning is quite simple. It simply means a disaster. So, when you hear the word disaster, the first thing that should come to your mind is what? Calamity. I can use in the sentence by saying, the city suffered a great calamity due to the flood. Can you beat this? People can barely survive in things like this. I can equally say in another sentence that the approaching hurricane is sure to be a calamity that will affect the lives of millions of people. And it's true. We don't get to suffer from this, but those overseas hears it a lot when hurricane hits. In another sentence, I can say his death was a great calamity to his family, probably because he's a breadwinner or something. Now, the synonyms of the word includes misfortune, adversity, and of course we have catastrophe. Coming up next, we have encore. Encore. Now, you need to know that encore is a noun. Now, let's find out what the word means. It is simply a repeated performance demanded by an audience, okay? I can use the word in a sentence by saying the crowd desperately wanted an encore from the new band at their first concert, probably because they were very good. They were shouting for an encore. People tend to shout for this when they were very impressed with the very first thing that he came up with. The violinist got an enthusiastic encore. Okay? So we can tell that she's good at what she does. Now, the synonyms of the word includes repetition, and of course we have reappearance. Now, our next word for today is flagrant. Flagrant. It is flagrant. Now, the first thing you need to know is that flagrant is an adjective. I want to believe that you know what an adjective means. Now, what does flagrant mean? It simply means something that is obviously offensive, that is so bad. You can use it in the sentence by saying, telling the story was a flagrant breach of trust, probably because the person wasn't supposed to share the story in the first place. The judge called the decision a flagrant violation of international law. How about if I say this? She showed a flagrant disregard for the young man's feelings, okay? Now, the synonyms of the word includes shameless, outrageous, and of course we have scandalous. And next on our list of words for today is glib. 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 Now, the word is an adjective. Taking the part of speech it belongs to, and of course the spelling, it's glib. And it simply means to be fluent in using words, but insincere and shallow. Now we can use it in the sentence by saying, he is a glib, self-centered man. How about if I say this? The fellow has a very glib tongue. Has a lot to say, but most of them are insincere. The spokesman, the spokesman's answer was just too glib. The spokesman's answer was just too glib. And synonyms include sweet talking, flippant, and of course we have silver tongued. And then we have hypothermia. 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 Now, the first thing you need to know about this word is that it is a noun. Okay? We seem to be having a lot of nouns in today's words. It is a noun, and it simply means dangerous, abnormally low body temperature. I can use it in a sentence by saying this. Most victims of the sinking died not from drowning, but from the hypothermia brought on by the icy water. Most times, that's the reason they die at sea, because the water is so cold. And this site is so pathetic too. Okay, so that's one way we can use the word hypothermia in a sentence. I can equally say that elderly people may die of hypothermia if they expose themselves to cold. And it's true, their immune system is not as strong as it used to be. And I can say too that every winter some old people die from hypothermia. Okay, so this is where we'll call it a day for today's lesson. But before I go, I want to leave you with these words. Please don't play with them. Don't be part of those that dream to accomplish great things. Belong to the group that stay awake and make it happen. Okay? Tell yourself that enough of my dreaming. I want to stay awake and make great things happen in my life. So that is it. Bye and be good.